Good. Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So
We rolling.
We're rolling. So
All right, cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and kick us off.
Okay.
We're here at Prom 102, and if you want to introduce yourself to the people
Sure.
and kind of let them know who you are before we get kicked off with some questions that they may have.
Excellent. I'm Therelee D. Washington II, second to Therelee Washington the Senior. My father, late Therelee Washington Senior the Great.
Seriously, yeah. I hear so much about him and the 40 years that he put in
Sure.
for TISD. So, just on a personal tip, one of the first questions, like, so you're returning to Tyler for the Distinguished Lecture Series, right? So, can you explain what that means in layman's terms to people?
Sure.
So, what is that? What is that?
You know, well, it's really an honor to come back home and then be chosen to be the keynote for this year
Right.
for the Empowering Community Development Corporation. They're doing some great things in the community. And so to be asked to come back and speak, I was very honored. So that means a lot to me that I can come back home and be a part of such a great initiative. And so it means a great deal because they do great things in the community. So be a part of this, it just really means that you're gonna focus on a specific topic that you're kind of you've had some experience and become an expert in.
Right.
And I'll be able to share what I've been able to attain over the years with our community.
I can only imagine what people will be able to learn from you being an expert. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate it.
And like me, I'm a coach's son, right?
Sure.
So with fathers that are in education, I mean, there comes a certain level of distinguishment that you want to have to try to take it to the next level.
Sure.
So what can you take from his legacy in those 40 years that he spent at Tyler?
Sure.
That you can now apply and that we can learn from.
Sure.
Like guys like me.
Well, his passion for service was the first thing.
Okay.
His passion for helping others is what he was very passionate about. He was passionate about seeing others succeed. He was passionate to see those that were underserved in communities, those that did not have maybe resources or opportunities. He was more passionate about allowing opportunities and resources for people in underserved communities and individuals, whether it's black, brown, whatever the race or creed. He was really about humanities and their ability to be successful and have opportunities to succeed in life. So that's what really inspired me, is to be that level of service and to be able to give back. And so that's why I work and do the things that I do. Is a great reward to be able to give back in service. So he was about service and helping people and helping other people succeed, and that's what is gratifying to me. And I hope to continue that path that he laid before me.
Yeah, I really think that you're following right in those footsteps, if not taking them further.
Thank you.
And so, just kind of a little off script. What's a story that you and your father have, or something that might be a funny that's still kind of relevant?
Well, there's a bunch of funny stories that he gave me growing up. And he taught me some great lessons. But I'll tell you one that was very impactful to me. And it's, he said, before he passed, he said, son, if you could just eliminate the intimidation that technology has for people. He said, people tend to be a little intimidated sometimes.
No, yeah.
Right? He said, if you can remove that intimidation from people, you can help them overcome some of their insecurities. And I thought that was powerful. So it was more about showing that they're capable and removing the insecurities, whatever insecurities they may have behind tech. Some people say, I don't, mess with those computers or whatever, and, but it was just, showing them to remove that intimidation or that insecurity. So I thought that was an important lesson for me that I carry forward.
And you might not think of it like, who's scared of their phone? So that's what's kind of funny about it. But he's talking, I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah,
because
and especially where we're going now, especially with AI and, the things that they're talking about, robots and losing jobs and those type of things.
Yeah,
and that's what's going to be very important that we talk about tomorrow, is the future and where we're going and the opportunities that we have, the changes that's going to come and the impact that it's going to have, but the opportunities that we have as well.
Right,
Sure.
if you're not intimidated.
Exactly,
Right.
if you're not intimidated.
Because I mean, every fight is an opportunity to win, but if you're scared, it's an opportunity to run.
That's very well said.
So I think that's kind of
Very
poignant
well said.
right now.
Very well said.
So I'll get back on script just for the guys. So what inspired you to start the
Agilishare.
Agilishare, thank you. Agilishare Solution Group and the Texas Premier Technology Institute. So those are two schools?
Well, actually, no. Agilishare Solutions Group is a consulting company. It's a Microsoft consulting firm. right? And it started because I
Wow.
started off early as a consultant in IT. And I worked for Ross Perot's company, EDS, years ago. I won't age myself, it's been a while. And then that spin off into this great technology that kind of launched back in the early 2000s, SharePoint. So
Okay,
you've
now
heard of
that sound-
SharePoint,
yeah, uh-huh.
Microsoft SharePoint. So AgiliShare comes from the agility and agile methodology and with Share. So we were a boutique Microsoft shop that really provided enterprise content management and collaboration around the SharePoint model, and that's where AgiliShare came from. So we became kind of the go-to boutique
yeah.
model of SharePoint projects and migrations early on. And so we were really doing consulting work, and we had a training model at that time
Okay.
that really focused on getting people prepared to run these projects.
Okay.
And so it was really a
Right,
really
it's still
aggressive.
people at the end of the day.
It's still
yeah.
people,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so we were really put together this training model to get people prepared to really work these projects, right? And so it led into TPTI,
Right.
Texas Premier Technology Institute, because when we went to it's a funny story because we were kind of growing as a boutique consulting
Yeah.
shop.
Nationwide,
And,
like
kind
getting
of any
yeah.
project that was there, we were kind
Wow.
of attacking it. And so we didn't have a bench. What that means that we didn't have consultants that were just kind of sitting waiting as
right,
we got
retainer.
opportunities, right? We were trying to find those resources.
Okay.
So what we did is we had a lady that was working with us that told us we need to check out the workforce and see if we can train and work with people that may be unemployed. And so when we went to the workforce to take them through the training that had developed through AgiliShare, the doors opened, and I said, "Oh my God, there's a great opportunity here." And that's how really TPTI was born, from seeing an opportunity.
Dang. It's
and-
like it's a trade school in a sense, like to make it just for the people are clear. You guys can get a part of and learn a trade that will take you further into the future than some of these truck driving jobs. I mean, I'm not trying to take shots at things,
No,
but
it's a trade.
But it's a trade.
Absolutely.
But I mean, if
It's just like
you
any
got
other trade.
Tesla driving trucks, and you don't need nobody to drive a truck no more.
Well, but I tell you the thing
What is-
about the and that's something else we're going to talk about in the event
Yeah.
tomorrow. The distinguished lecture.
Yeah, so I don't want to
series.
take too much away
Sure,
from that.
no,
Right?
that's
You know what I
okay.
mean?
That's okay. The importance of the humanity and the soul and spirit of humanity and people is something that technology will never be able to, take away from. It's
Amen.
like teachers, right?
Right.
AI and tech is only to support teachers, but AI and tech can be compassionate to that young student who's coming to class who has a challenge. AI can't help that student feel encouraged about themselves or feel motivated. AI can't help that student get over some abuse that it's dealing with at home. So humanity has, the power to be special, and we are special. And so we just use technology to make us even great, but we still hold all the power. And so this is where I'm excited about where we're going in the future, because AI is a tremendous technology, but the human spirit is what is great. And our Heavenly Father is, the one that instills and empowers all of us. So I was telling my friend, I said, the thing about AI is that, it doesn't matter. It's on the server. We can unplug it. We can turn it off. It has to run with power. But one thing about the human spirit is that when, our Heavenly Father is the one that's in control, no one can unplug us. Only He can.
I promise
We
you.
can unplug AI.
Yeah, and I mean, to the point that you were speaking, man, that's true, because some of these teachers are in fear of that,
Sure,
right? Because
sure.
my dad's been in education
Sure.
my whole life, so
Absolutely.
but AI's never lost his mother.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Or it can't relate to a kid on that level.
Sure.
So
sure.
there's certain like we're saying, the soul part of it that
Absolutely.
that it'll never be able to do. It's just a compliment to
Absolutely.
what we do.
Absolutely. Sure is.
So let's shift to strictly technology and education here.
Okay.
I kind of got personal with you there, but so tomorrow's lecture, it focuses on the technological shift.
Right.
Now, I've been a part of that and been able to do that with my app,
Sure.
the Official Black app.
And you're doing great
but
with
how,
that too.
how can we explain that shift to people that it's not brick and mortar all the way, but having digital assets and things of those natures will be able to pay off down the road. You know what I mean? How do we talk about that?
Sure. I mean, it's almost like you have to look at where we come from. We come from the industrial age to the information age.
Okay.
Now we're coming from the information age to the intelligence age. So we've
Okay.
always been able to overcome and shift with the change of technology. So the thing about us, the human spirit has ability to adapt, to change, and we're at that shift where we're going to adapt and change to this shift from the information age to the intelligence age. What this means is that now, coming from the information age, we have a plethora of information, which means we have a plethora of data. Now that we have all of this data, the intelligence is nothing but an algorithm of how we process that data and how we interpret the data, and we give that data back to the consumer, which is humans that need to have information or resources or knowledge about all of this data that we've been able to attain from the information age.
Right.
So now we're going into the intelligence age. So we're just using our ability to process all of this data that we attain in the information age.
So in short, guys, we're trying not to get too smart to where we have so much data that we can't even make a decision.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And when you take the humanity out of the decision. So
that's right.
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So we've got a lot of data. We got a lot of information. Now we're going to be able to take this information and use it and process this data and be able to make decisions and take us even further.
Hello.
But it's going to be up to us to make the decisions as human as to where we want to go, how we want to go there, and use this information AI to help us get there. It can help us get there faster.
Right.
It can help us get there more efficiently. It can help grow. It's going to be. I'm excited about what it's going to do for the health, our healthcare.
Oh,
what it's
yes.
going to do for the research and the data that we have for cancer, for diseases. What it did during the COVID time, I'll talk about this a little bit tomorrow, is how quick we were able to get to that vaccine. And that was all AI.
Oh, man.
Right?
That's going to be news to you that you can use.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'm telling you. So.
Absolutely. So
guys
that's what
need
I'm
to show up
excited
tomorrow.
about. Please
Yeah.
be there tomorrow. I'm excited about that. So it's going to be where this technological shift is about going from one phase of information into the intelligence age, and what that means for jobs, and what that means for education, and what that means for opportunity. And we want to make sure that as a community that we're aware of this shift so that we can be in front of it and be abreast to it so that we're not left behind in some of our communities.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Because some of that red tape will make you feel intimidated.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I'll kind of wrap us up here because I know that I have some questions that might actually dive into what you have tomorrow.
Sure.
But I know that you guys need to get out and see him in person and feel his energy and know that these are the truths that we need to know when it comes to the technology and things like that. So I'll have a couple of more questions.
Sure, take
kind
your
of
time.
About the future, and then we'll let you get out of here.
Sure, that sounds good. Thank you.
So, where do you see the tech industry going in 5 to 10 years?
That's a great
question. I know that it can
That's a great question.
boom, or it might. Some say it's a bubble.
That's
so,
a
in
great
your
question.
opinion, where do you think we'll be?
I think what's going to happen is that this entire intelligence age, this AI, is going to really grow. What this means is that we're going to see entrepreneurs with ideas. They're going to flourish. We're going to see that businesses are going to take off. We're going to see jobs that's going to open up. It's going to be tough because some jobs are not going to be around, but there's going to be a plethora of other opportunities that's going to come. I think that we're going to see businesses that's going to grow because we're going to have access to information at a speed that we haven't before. We can be able to make decisions quickly to help us grow and to aspire to do great things, to serve great problems and so I think that creativity and innovation is going to be rapid. We're going to see some great things come about in the future, and it's going to be great. So I'm excited about it because I can see now that that there's going to be a great deal of opportunity. There's going to be a great deal of innovation in businesses that's going to really come out of this, and there's going to be some great things that's going to happen, like I talked about in the health and with medicine and research, and so I think if we do a great deal of using it correctly, that it could be a tremendous ethically, right? And that links to another point. We have to be early on in this thing to make sure that some of our communities are not getting left behind this training of AI. That they understand our history, our background, and some of those things. So we want to make sure that the data is there and it's being trained and it's ethical. And I think that the guys have done a pretty good job. But I think that there's going to be opportunity there to even train it even better to serve a greater, broader aspect of our humanity spirit in our community.
Man, awesome. So, Just one final question, and so this is to the people that mainly follow our channel. There are
Sure.
a lot of youth.
Okay.
And so there are a lot of youth, but there are some older people who are just young at heart.
Sure.
And so, what advice would you give them to take advantage of what we just said?
Sure. You just get started.
Just get started.
So remember,
I
we're
like
in that
it.
information age. So it's there. Information is there. You can go out and
It's
Google
there.
and find it. Information is there. Just get started, right? And get started, and the first thing you want to do is you want to go out and research. Just Google, what are the future of jobs? It'll give it to you, right?
Right.
Go use ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT
Hello.
to give you what are the next top tech jobs of the future.
And I don't think it's going to take that long to respond.
It's not
so
gonna
you
be
guys
quick.
think it's going to take a long time to get this answer? No.
No,
I think it's
just
going to be.
Get started. Figure out what you want to do, where you want to be, what do you need to do. Figure out your goals.
Yeah.
Set some goals. Set some goals. Do some research. Set some goals. Then find institutions like TPTI,
Oh,
Texas
man.
Premier Technology Institute, TPTI.us. We're a nonprofit. We have a tremendous amount of grants and
We will have
scholarships.
that link in this bio.
Please
Yeah.
do,
Yeah, we
because
will.
we're
So
about
you'll be
helping
able
to see if we can
yeah.
connect people to get to that next level, right?
Yeah.
So just get started. Take that first step forward. Take that first step on that ladder. Just take that step, and that's what I would encourage any young person is just take that step. Believe in yourself. Do research. Information is out there. You can find this information that encourages you and find out and put together a plan for yourself. And put together a plan and work hard and research and gather information, and don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid.
intimidated.
Don't be intimidated. Exactly. Don't be intimidated. But I would just encourage you to say, let's get started. Get started tonight. Get started tomorrow.
Get started
Just
tomorrow. Coming to the
Coming to the
yes,
event,
coming
right.
to the event.
Distinguished lecture
you can learn
series.
and you can ask questions.
Absolutely.
So there may be more questions that you guys have, but you have to get out around people who have that knowledge.
Absolutely.
So
Thank
you
you.
for your time.
Thank you so much, young
So-
man. It is a pleasure.
It's
And
a pleasure.
congratulations to you and your app and everything that you're doing. Thank you for taking this time this evening. You're an amazing person. You have a bright future. I'm so happy to have met you. I know that your family is proud of you.
Well, I
So
thank you for
continue
that.
to doing what you're doing and showing up and being here and being a blessing to your fans. This is a great young
You guys
man.
heard that? I didn't say that. I didn't pay him to say that either.
Doing great things. So I appreciate your time so much.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for having me be a part this evening. It's been a pleasure to talk with you this evening.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
that'll do it for TXAN 24 News. You guys tune in tomorrow. We'll have articles up and videos coming from that. I'll be out of town in Kansas covering Angelina College and Trinity Valley out there trying to win the national championship for the JUCOs. But you guys come and check this out and then come and tell me what happened. Tell me what I missed.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey.